Good morning, everyone. As we can see, I have not put on makeup yet, but we are here. I woke up a little while ago and Milkman is on a 30 and we
just got into Ohio.
Yep. Just got into Ohio. We're at a rest area here. So we are still on our way to Maryland with our technology parts, whatever that means. And we are, Milkman is going to drive us into the TA in Wheeling, West Virginia. And then we're going to spend the night there because there's really nowhere else for us to spend the night that's closer to where we're delivering. And, I mean, we'll check it out once we get there. But pretty much he can drive in the morning. And that way I get a day off. Woo! A day to spend with my little guy and also do a lot of editing because I'm so far behind. But, all right, so that's the plan for today. Look what just happened to us.
Yeah, that's another $1,000. It was $700 the last one.
Yeah. Somebody threw up what was it, like a rock or something, right?
Yeah, a rock.
From the other side, Milkman says. I didn't see it happen.
Yeah, because I don't have anybody around me.
Yeah.
Except for the cars. That was...
It's a really, there's no leaving it and, you know, getting it done some other time. That one's really got to get done.
Well, we'll get it when we get home. We'll take a ticket if we get a ticket. But, you know, we aren't going to sit out here for a week.
Yeah.
Waiting on a friggin' window a week or two, you know.
No, I agree. I forgot to mention that we got 2 new toilets. 2 new porta-potties. Our porta-potty, the way it works is you do your business. That's just water and bean juice. We sometimes use it also to like a garbage disposal. But we do our business here, and then this handle here opens this section. That way when it's closed, it it doesn't smell at all. Hey, hey kiddo. We finally, oh, you don't want to be in the video? Okay. We finally, the handle just broke altogether and it was stuck in the open position. So on our week that we were home, one of the things that we did was order 2 new porta-potties, one for each truck, so that we don't have to move them back and forth. And what happens is the toilet comes apart, so you can just basically take the bottom part into the shower with you and then dump it in their toilet. And that's the way to dispose of your yuck. So we don't do number 2s in our porta potty. We always only do number 1s, and so it doesn't get too disgusting. I drink a lot of liquids during my shift, and then, you know, about halfway through the shift I start needing to really take a lot of pit stops, and sometimes it's not always easy to find an actual truck stop or a rest area, and especially as it gets later in the night, you know, truck stops and rest areas, they get all filled up and stuff. So, you know, it's just so much easier to park on an off-ramp for, you know, 30 seconds, come back here, take care of business, and be done with it. And then what I do after I'm done, I basically just use a bottle of water. 1 bottle of water will cover a couple of hand washings, but I basically, you know, use the water and I pour that same water that I use to wash my hands down the toilet. So that's how that works. I keep my hand washing water bottle up here with my printer, and that way I know that that's my hand washing water, and nobody else tries to drink it. Oh no, our crack seems to be getting a lot worse. It's now like, it's getting a lot longer. There's 2 cracks that are going across now. I mean, if you're in the driver's seat and you're looking at that crack, what's beyond it? What's beyond it, my love?
What do you mean?
Like sky, right?
It doesn't have anything
Yeah,
to do
you
with us
can't
at
even
all.
see it. But a cop comes up and sees that crack, maybe does an inspection on you. He's like, oh, you got a big crack. And you're like, I can't, it's not blocking anything. But, you know, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Just wanted to show what we're seeing beyond that crack. So there's the crack. It's the total side of the road. It's not blocking anything from our view. It's not like it's right in front of us or anything like that. So, I mean, it is possible that we might get a ticket before, you know, getting it fixed. But, I mean, yeah, like Milkman said, sometimes you're out here and there's no place that can do it anytime soon. And so it really kind of screws you up, because the worst thing is to be out on the road and have a problem that keeps you out there. We've had that happen to us a couple of times. In fact, our very first truck, we were driving for a CRST, but we owned the truck, and we we threw a rod.
We spun a bearing.
We spun a bearing. We spun a bearing on the top of Siskiyou Pass, and so they needed to give us an entirely new engine. And
well, they could have fixed it for $10,000, but for $25,000 we got a new engine. So the engine was all worn out anyway. So figured, why put $10,000 into that? Just do the $25,000 and have the whole thing done. So that's what we did.
And amazingly, even after only 6 months of driving, we actually had all of that money saved up. And so we did it. But in the meantime, we stayed in the motel for like a week while we tried to figure out how to get back home. And we ended up taking a Greyhound. This is a story for war stories. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. And then more recently, we had that problem where we were stuck in Georgia.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
We were stuck in Georgia.
For 2 weeks. That's why we have the spare truck, so that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we were in the motel. I was sick, wasn't I? I think I was still having my cough or something was going on. I was sick.
Yeah.
I remember being sick. And so we didn't really want to go places. We were in Atlanta. I mean, well, first of all, we were broke, so, you know, and it was taking all our money. But I would have normally, being in another city, I would have said, yeah, let's go explore. Let's see what there is to see here. But I was sick as a dog, so no, and I was coughing. It was like obvious to all outsiders, and, you know, so nobody wanted me in their car or, you know, anywhere near them. There's been a couple times like it. So being stuck, being broken down out on the road is not what you want to happen. So if you can get back home and fix your vehicle there, that is definitely the better way. Woohoo! We're here at the truck stop, and that means we get to take showers. Woohoo! Oops.
So careful where you're going.
Yeah. Heading in for showers. Woohoo! Wow, they are really stacked up. We got one there, 2, and then 3. They're stacked 3 deep at this TA in Wheeling. I don't know if they're having a problem or it's just got busy all of a sudden. All right, such a situation. As we got to the showers, Lugnut's Hebrew teacher contacted us and said that he was ready for a class. He's in Israel. Holy, driving like psychos. This is a freaking truck stop, people. Anyway, Lugnut really, really loves this class. The teacher has a pretty irregular schedule, so do we. So we never really know when he's going to be available. He told us he would be available sometime today in the morning, and then we went to take showers, and right then was when he became available. So Lugnut really quickly did his shower, and then I walked back with him back to the truck. Anyway, so I was communicating with the teacher. We got back to his to the truck. Oops, go ahead. Where am I going? He got in there. His mouse wasn't working, his touchpad, and he couldn't figure out how to make it start working again. I'm searching for a mouse. I never use a mouse. I always use my own touchpad, but luckily I had one. So now I am ready to take my shower. My Dr. Pepper doesn't work. The rest of them work. Why doesn't mine work? So how are you feeling?
Good. Now that we've had a shower.
Yeah, we're all nice and clean, and Lugnut is finally clean.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
No.
Lugnut forgot to take a shower the day before we left. My goodness, that's bad news. All right, well, I have not driven a single mile. Milkman got us to the place where we spent my entire shift, and I spent the shift editing some videos. Yeah, so tomorrow morning, so Milkman's got about 250 miles to drive, and he should arrive in Baltimore around 8 a.m. in the Baltimore area, and our delivery has an appointment of 10 a.m. so that gives us 2 hours to spare. There probably will be some traffic in Baltimore, but you know, that's to be expected, and we are giving ourselves enough time to deal with that. So yeah, and then hopefully tomorrow we will find another load, because you know, we don't really like to look for loads until we've got everything offloaded, and we know we know that everything goes smoothly. So, all right, thanks for coming along. We will catch you next time.